Sure, I've burned cookies before, who hasn't? It's like a rite of passage for anyone trying to master the ancient art of baking. The way I see it, there are two types of people in this world: those who toss the burnt offerings into the abyss of the trash can, and those with a palate or conscience that allows them to consume the charred remains of what could have been a delicious cookie. I, Scott from Portland, Oregon, belong to the latter. Waste not, want not, as they say. I can't help but see it as a challenge to my taste buds. There's actually a culinary term for the flavors you can get from browning or even slightly burning certain foods. It's called the Maillard reaction. It's about finding that sweet spot just before burning, where the flavors are complex and delicious. But sometimes you cross that line. Now, if they're just a little overdone, with a bit of extra crispness around the edges and a darker bottom, I'll eat them without a second thought. It's an acquired texture, sure, and the taste might be a bit more robust, but they're still cookies. If they're blackened to the core and smoking, then health concerns come into play, and nobody needs to play chicken with potential carcinogens. At that point, I bid adieu to the cookies and start from scratch. Also, I can't lie. There's a part of me that takes eating the burned cookies as a form of penance for my baking sins. It helps me remember to set the timer a few minutes earlier next time, or to keep a closer eye on the oven's capricious ways. So I live by the cookie creed. When they're just a bit burnt, eat and learn. When they resemble charcoal, it's time for another batch. And let's be honest, the smell of a new batch of cookies baking is practically a form of aromatherapy. The anticipation of redemption is almost worth the mistake. Almost.